started Drogheda Life 14 years ago, basically as something to pass the time after I got made redundant. I like to portray a positive side of Drogheda.
Concern is growing for a mother and her 8-year-old son who've been missing from their home in Drogheda for over a week.
At the beginning of September this year, Drogheda journalist Andrew Spearman responds to a missing persons appeal for 24-year-old mother Dela Dernan and her son Kyran.
Dela is 5'5" and a slim build with brown eyes and brown hair. Her son is 3'3" of medium build and also has brown eyes and brown hair.
I published a missing persons notice, and then nothing happened for a couple of weeks.
A chance meeting with Rhonda Tyson, the grandmother of the missing child, prompts Andrew to help.
I met Rhonda in the street and said, any news of Kyran or Dale? And she said, no. I said, do you want me to do a follow-up piece? It's just to refresh people's memories and to hopefully get more information. So she said, yeah, that'd be good maybe, but I'd have to ask the guards first.
Can you tell us when you first met Rhonda?
Well, Rhonda's actually a neighbour of mine. We live in the same street. We would have had a sort of a nodding acquaintanceship, just say hello on the street, and that was it. Got to know her a bit through cycling. She used to be a fairly keen cyclist. I did an article about her and her daughter doing a charity cycle, and it was a nice story. That's the kind of positive thing I like to publish. She works as a lollipop lady.
So Rhonda was a lollipop lady?
Yeah, and very popular with the kids in school.
So tell us about the meeting that you set up with Rhonda.
It was arranged for a couple of days afterwards. We had the house to ourselves, bar a parrot who kept interrupting, but anyway.
What did she tell you?
Well, she told me that Dela, her daughter, and her grandson, Kyran, had spent the night before they went missing on the couch in her front room. When she got up in the morning, they were gone. But she'd left a note saying that she needed to get away for a while. And that's about as much as she went into that. I didn't see the note, but apparently the guards have it now.
Was she very upset?
She was very upset, yeah. There were tears, yeah. And she told me that in the previous 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks or so, since the missing persons report, that the guards had been in and out of the house morning, noon and night, basically.
But as far as you were concerned, you were sitting across the kitchen table from a distraught mother
yeah.
And grandmother.
Yeah, that's as I saw it then, yeah. That's what I was told.
This is a recording of Andrew's interview with Rhonda Tyson. It's the first time it's been broadcast. A grandmother desperate for the return of her daughter and beloved grandson.
You're appealing directly to her. Say, please, if you're reading this, pick up the phone.
Yeah.
I
do, because she's the only one that can tell where Kyran is.
Yeah.
And he needs to come home. His dad is worried about him, his other granny, his uncle, yeah. They all want him home. The guards want him home. Please, basically, please come home. Worried sick about you, and Kyran. Your girls miss you.
So we're just coming up to the end of the street where Dela lived with her mum until the end of August.
It's from here that Rhonda says Dela and Kyran suddenly disappeared. In the recording, Rhonda Tyson says that she last saw Dela and Kyran at 11 p.m. before she went to bed.
Let's just go through the basics first. So Dela and Kyran, is it? Kyran?
Yeah, Kyran.
Yeah. Last seen on Wednesday the 28th, 11 p.m. Whereabouts was that?
It was here.
Oh yeah, leaving here or arriving?
No, I was going up to bed. She was sitting there and I said, look, it's 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
I had to get up, we're up early in the morning.
So you went to bed?
Yeah. They were sleeping on the couch because there's only the small two rooms upstairs.
Yeah.
But what appears to be a straightforward missing persons case is about to become a much bigger story.
I was in contact with a source, and that source said to me, Michael, there is a massive national scandal about to break, and I remember their words, you need to be across this. And they told me the story about a missing child who Gardaí had been searching for at that stage it was a few weeks, I think. There are lots of missing person reports in Ireland every week, so I wasn't overly aware of the case. But then the person started to fill me in, and what really shocked me was that Gardaí now believed that a child may have been dead for more than 2 years. So that really shocked me because it had been under the radar. But the top line for me was that Gardaí have concerns for a child who they believe may be dead for 2 years.
The bombshell revelation is confirmed within weeks. Dela Durnan is located by police in Britain without her son Kyran. In mid-October, the Garda launch a murder investigation.
Last Wednesday, 16th of October 2024, the Garda County issued a public appeal for information on the disappearance of Kyran Durnan, who will now be 8 years old, missing, presumed dead.
What we've worked at is trying to identify proof of life since the last actual sighting in 2022. But we have our work to do. This is a murder investigation, and you can be assured that we are pursuing it with full vigour and resources.
What was your reaction when you heard the news that Kyran was presumed dead for 2 years?
I was absolutely gobsmacked. I was shocked to the core. I think, how could that be?
Gardaí believe the last physical sighting of Kyran was in 2022. So how is it that Rhonda saw her grandson Kyran with her daughter Dela before they disappeared from her house in August of this year, a whole 2 years later?
I don't often stay awake at night thinking about things, but I did with this. Because either she was lying through her teeth to me, or the guards are wrong.
To try to understand this story, we must go back to the spring and summer of 2022.
Thousands north and south of the border plan to fly from Dublin this bank holiday weekend.
The long-awaited final report on lockdown parties from the senior civil servant Sue Gray has been published.
The closing moments of a memorable Jubilee